Most people will never escape the rat race, not because they aren't smart, not because they don't work hard, but because the system is designed to keep them trapped. Let me ask you this. If you stop working today, how long could you survive? If the answer is less than a year, you're in the same financial prison as 99% of people. The rich, they follow a different set of rules. Rules that aren't taught in schools, rules that no one tells you about. But today, I'm going to expose the 5 biggest reasons why people stay broke. And more importantly, how you can break free and join the 1%. But here's the deal. Miss even one of these lessons, and you could be stuck in financial struggle for life. So stick with me until the very end. Now, let's start with the first and most common wealth trap. That keeps 99% of people poor. Number 1, living in the consumer mindset. Have you ever wondered why broke people always look rich, while rich people don't even try? Here's why. The system wants you to be a consumer, not a creator. From the moment you get your first paycheck, you're trained to spend. Think about it. New iPhone drops, you gotta have it. Designer sneakers, gotta flex on Instagram. Starbucks every morning, it's just a little treat, right? The truth? The 99% work to earn just to spend it all, trapped in an endless cycle of paycheck to paycheck living. Meanwhile, the 1%, they see money differently. Instead of asking, how can I afford this? They ask, how can I invest this? For example, ever heard of Warren Buffett? When he was just 14, instead of spending his money on clothes, gadgets, or vacations, he bought his first stock and started building real wealth. And you know what's crazy? If you had just $5 a day to invest instead of spending it on random things, you'd have over $1 million in 40 years. Want to be in the 1%? Start thinking like an investor, not a consumer. Be honest. What's the dumbest thing you've ever spent money on? Drop it in the comments. I won't judge. All right, moving on to an even bigger trap. Number 2, working for money instead of making money. Work for you, here's the harsh truth. If your only income is your job, you're one step away from financial disaster. Why? Because you're trading time for money. The problem? Time is limited. You can't work 24/7, which means your income is capped. But the 1%, they make money work for them, even while they sleep. Instead of relying on one paycheck, they build assets that generate passive income, stocks that pay dividends, real estate that collects rent, online businesses that generate cash flow 24/7. For example, Jeff Bezos isn't rich because he works harder than you. He's rich because he built a system that is Amazon, that makes money even when he's on vacation. So stop asking, how can I make more money? And start asking, how can I make my money work for me? And speaking of money traps, let's talk about one mistake that locks people into financial slavery forever. So break it to free from the cycle. Number 3, the debt trap credit cards, car loans, student loans. The perfect way to stay broke forever. The average American has over $90,000 in debt, and most will never escape. Why? Because they don't understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Bad debt, credit cards, car loans, personal loans, these keep you broke. Good debt, real estate investments, business loans, these make you rich. Rich people use debt differently. They leverage it to buy income-producing assets. Meanwhile, the 99% borrow money to buy things that lose value. Ever seen someone financing a $50,000 car while living paycheck to paycheck? Yeah, don't be that person. Now, let's talk about the biggest mindset shift you need to build wealth. Number 4, thinking short-term instead of long-term. Want to know the easiest way to stay poor? Chasing quick money and ignoring long-term wealth. The 99% jump on trendy side hustles, spend years on dead-end jobs, and never think about building real assets. But the 1%? They play the long game. Instead of looking for quick money, they focus on exponential wealth, investments that grow over time. And speaking of compounding, there's one financial hack that multiplies wealth like magic, and I'll show you how it works in just a second. So how we becoming the 1% number 5, building multiple income streams. If you only have one source of income, you're one step away from being broke. The rich diversify. Stocks, real estate, businesses, side hustles. They never rely on just one paycheck. Want to break free? Start building your second income stream today. If you could add one extra stream of income, what would it be? Let me know in the comments. And that brings us to the final and most powerful wealth secret. If you want to build wealth, the next step is understanding the most powerful force in finance. That is the power of compounding. Click here to watch it now. I'll see you there. I just gave you the blueprint to escape the 99%. Now it's up to you to take action. If you're serious about building wealth, hit like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss a money-making strategy. And don't keep this knowledge to yourself. Share this with a friend who needs a wake-up call. Let's build a wealthy future together.